have never in my life committed sexual battery, physical abuse, outlandish, outrageous stories of me committing these things.
What if I told you Judge Nicol was trapped to side Amber Heard in the UK trial? You'd say I'm crazy, but wait till you hear about this mind-wracking evidence that can save Johnny Depp. So without any further anticipation, let's get started. The 2020 libel trial was a jackpot for Amber Heard, and now she wants to use that in her appeal. Imagine the face of Amber when she gets to know that piece of the verdict she is hanging on will never be accepted in Virginia court. You might be wondering what's wrong with the evidence, but it would be a shock if the judge, even for once, were not biased. No waiting anymore. Take a look at this image, which proves Judge Andrew Nicol had conflicting interests. As you can see, the image shows that Nicol is the father of Robert Palmer, who is an executive director of the advocacy organization Tax Justice UK. Palmer has made frequent appearances on talk radio owned by Wireless Group, which is a subsidiary of Rupert Murdoch's News Corp. And here is the twist in the tale. The British tabloid The Sun, which published the article that provoked Depp's lawsuit, is under the control of News Corp. Now, the person who wrote this article, Dan Wooden, also previously worked at talk radio. During that time, the judge's son was a part of the outlet's list of personalities, and any sane person would easily connect these dots. That answers how the Sun won the suit when almost all the news publications would fail. The image also shows that Nicol is married to judicial mediator Camilla Parker, who is friends with author Kathy Letty. Letty hosted a private dinner party during the UK trial that was attended by Heard and was also once married to barrister Geoffrey Robinson, with whom Nicol wrote a book on media law. Seems Heard was 2 steps ahead, from attending a private party to getting close to Judge's family. No wonder the judge seems so against Johnny. Speaking of Robertson, he founded the London-based legal firm Doherty Street Chambers, which had previously employed Nicol. Robertson was also named in the image as an employer and mentor of barrister Jennifer Robinson, who was seen in court with Heard during the London trial. It's clearly evident that this is biased and is a sham run to protect the Sun and the interest of these parties. Heard's lawyers have already promised to appeal the verdict based on Judge Penny Askerit's evidentiary decisions. But if they're planning to use the UK verdict, then they are clearly mistaken. US courts will never accept this, and here's why they don't. Judges pay a lot of attention to what evidence is admitted and the exact wording of the instructions that are given to the jury. Both of those procedural measures are intended to ensure that the jury does not become biased against one of the parties because they heard evidence that makes that party look bad and the verdict they give isn't legally relevant. So in no way can Amber swoon both judge and jury with her fake tears. Is that why she kept looking at the jury while Depp's attorney asked her questions? Anyway, moving on. Jury instructions are designed to ensure that jury members know how to take the facts they have heard and apply them to the law of the case. So it's crystal clear that the evidence is presented will be rejected by the jury. This saves Johnny Depp from Amber Heard's appeal. But there is a huge difference between assessing evidence critically and effectively saying it wasn't made in court under oath, so I don't care. Many of the experts think he reached his conclusion on trial based on a very small proportion of the evidence, rather than taking into account the full totality of the evidence. The fact that persons related to the Sun publication are related to the judge doesn't help at all. Having done so, all the other proofs, such as the audio evidence, were interpreted or otherwise explained away, so as to fit that already reached conclusion. If you think jurors can be manipulated by public opinion, then you are absolutely wrong. They are instructed not to read about the case online, but they will not be sequestered, and they were allowed to keep their phones. So unlike the UK court's verdict, the verdict given by the Virginia court would be true and fair, considering all the pieces of evidence and witness presented. The unveiling of the flower chart has led to several fans asserting that Depp stood no chance of a fair trial at the time that he brought his ultimately unsuccessful lawsuit. Like always, Johnny Depp's fans couldn't help but put forth their snarky comments. Johnny Depp supporters started a motion to sign a Change.org petition titled "Officially Review the Judicial Misconduct of Judge Nicol in the Johnny Depp libel case." Let us see what this petition is about. This has so far garnered more than 10,000 signatures and reads, "Everybody should have the right to ensure the judge sitting on their case doesn't have a conflict. It's absolutely imperative that people have full faith and confidence in the judicial process. That's all for this video. If you've enjoyed it, consider leaving a like and subscribe to the channel for more updates.